So, welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita reading program. Every Friday, 1 to 2 p.m., we have this program, and welcome again. So, we'll start with the prayers which are on my screen. You can chant with me. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyana Jana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Ham Shri Guroho Shri Uttapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha श्री रूपम सागर जातम सहगण रघुनाथामितम तम सजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पदांत सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we were reading from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 45. We had just completed, and we'll continue with 46. So in this particular chapter, Arjuna is saying how everything is inside Krishna. This is a very important point. How everything is inside Krishna. All the planets, the universe, the earthly elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, the devatas, the sun, the moon, everything is within the Virat Rupa. This is what Krishna shows to Arjuna. Okay. As you can see in the left hand side, everything is there. And seeing this, Arjuna becomes fearful. He asks the Virat Rupa, what is your purpose? The Virat Rupa says, time I am the destroyer of all personalities, of everything actually. And then he says to Arjuna that you become a Nimitta Matra and fight in this war. And the Virat Rupa shows that everyone, Bhishma, Drodha, Jayadatha, Karna, all the soldiers are going to die. So he shows that all of them are getting eaten by him in his mouth, and they're getting hit in the teeth of his mouth. Seeing this, Arjuna becomes very fearful, and then he tells to Krishna, you show me, you come back to your original form. And then Krishna shows his four-handed form of Vishnu and then his two-handed form of Vishnu. So that's the section we are reading right now. So let's get into last time we read this. After seeing this universal form from which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed, because this universal form is beautiful and horrible both at the same time. Okay, why it is beautiful? Because all kinds of thousands and millions of sun and brightness and divine scent and divine sound, everything is very divine. How it is horrible? You can see on the left, fire is coming out, teeth are there, eyes are red hot, you know so it is beautiful and horrible at the same time. So that's why his mind was disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of the Lords, O abode of the universe. I'll get into verse number 46. If you have any question, any comment, you can always unmute and interrupt me, and we will answer that question. Kirtinam gadinam chakrahastam ichhami tvam drashtum aham tathaiva taineva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. So you see the word chaturbhujena is written. Chaturbhujena means what? Anyone? Chatur. If we say chatur,
Four-handed.
four-handed, yeah. Chaturvedi. Have you heard this word? Chaturvedi, meaning they are expert in four Vedas.
In four shastras. Yeah.
Yeah. So this Chaturbhuja. Bhuja means hands. So who has four hands? Who is famous for four hands? Vishnu. So Krishna first showed the Vishnu form, and that's what we'll read. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-handed form. So Arjuna says, I want to see you in your four-handed form with helmeted head, with club, wheel, conch shell, and lotus flower in your hand. I long to see you in that form. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishthan. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms, and the main forms are those like Rama, Narsimha, Narayan, etc. They are innumerable forms. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. So this universal form is temporary. Why? Because it is ever changing. Okay, it is changing. It is not remains the same. It doesn't remain the same. He is now asking to see the form of Narayan, a spiritual form. So he wants to see the four-handed form of Narayan. This was established without any doubt the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. And all other features originate from he is non-different from his planetary portion, and he is God in all his innumerable forms. In all these forms, he is fresh like young man. His constant feature of Supreme Personal Godhead, one who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. So this particular paragraph, we will understand it by pictures. So last time we discussed about this picture. Maybe 200. So in the other Shastras, especially in Brahma Samhita, this particular information is given. Um, Generally, the understanding is that Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu, isn't it? If you read other Shastras, generally the understanding is Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu, isn't it? Have you heard this? Yes or no? Have you heard this? Have you heard this before? Anyone? You all there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible.
Okay. So my question is, have you heard this that Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu?
No, Vishnu is the avatar of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme, right? From
Yeah.
him everything
But
comes.
then there are other Shastras which say Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu. So what exactly, both statements are right. How it happens? There is a Shastra called Brahma Samhita which tells. So maybe yeah. So you see, it's shown here that there is Narayan. Okay. Narayan takes 10 avatars. Matsya, Kuruma, Varaha, and then Krishna is also there. So in this statement, Narayan, avatar of, Krishna is avatar of Narayan. Okay. So it is true. But Narayan also comes from Krishna. Okay. So there is a original Krishna and then there's a Krishna coming from Narayan. It is like that. In a day of Brahma, we will see another picture. So Brahma lives for how many? 11 311 trillion years. Okay. In one day of Brahma, there are 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas. Okay. So Krishna comes every time in Dwapar Yuga. Okay. Krishna comes every time in Dwapar Yuga. Whenever Mahabharat war happens, Krishna comes. Whenever Ramayana happens, Ram comes. Okay. But in the afternoon time of Brahma, once in that whole day, the original Krishna comes. Original Krishna means this original Krishna. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. From rest of the time, the Krishna that comes is from Narayan. Okay. Rest of the time, whenever Krishna comes, it comes from Narayan. So that time it is said avatar. Krishna, it is the avatar of Narayan. Krishna is the avatar of Narayan. But this particular time, which we are living 5,000 years ago, Krishna didn't come from Narayan. He come directly. The original Krishna that is there. Okay. That is the difference. So, in the spiritual world, we'll take this diagram. In the spiritual world, in the Vaikuntha Loka, there are many Narayan, many Narayans here. And there are avatars of Narayan like Varaha, Narsimha, Matsya. All these avatars are there. Okay. And then if we go further in the Vaikuntha planets, there are other, like there is Ayodhya Dham, hmm, where Lord Ram is there, Sri Ram is there. Then Dwarka, where Krishna is there. Then Golok Vrindavan, where 200 form of Krishna is there. So, most of the time, this Narayan over here takes avatar of Krishna. Only once in a day, this original Krishna from Golok Vrindavan comes, which happened to be this particular time that we are present, 5,000 years ago. The original Krishna has come. So that's why we have this diagram, which shows that the 10 avatars came from Narayan, and Krishna avatar is also within them. Krishna avatar is also within them. Okay. Any question on this? The original Krishna, he first expands into Balram. Actually, he expands into Balram and Radharani both. Balram expands into Chaturvya. Then Sankarshana expands into Narayan and Mahasankarshana. Or let's say Narayan. This Narayan again gets expanded into 4 Chaturvya, of which Mahasankarshan then gives rise to Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu then creates all the universes, puts inside Garbhodaksha Vishnu. So this is the diagram here. There is Mahavishnu. So many universes are there. Within the one universe, there is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Another Vishnu is Shirodaksha Vishnu, who is Paramatma. Okay. From his navel comes Brahma. He creates 14 planet systems. So this is the sequence. Okay. Any question on this point? Okay. So we'll go further. 11.47. Now Krishna is going to speak. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Maya prasannena tava arjunedam rupam param drashtam atma yogat tejo mayam vishwam anantamadhyam yanme tvat anyena na drishtva purvam. The Supreme Person of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, happily I have shown you by my internal potency this universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primeval form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. No one has seen that. Only Arjuna, you have seen. And who all has seen? The higher planetary beings in the higher planetary system, the Devatas and the Gandharvas, they also see. Arjuna wanted to see universal form of the Supreme Lord. So Krishna, out of his mercy for his devotee, Arjuna showed his universal form full of effulgence and opulence. This form was glaring like the sun, and its many faces were rapidly changing. Krishna showed this form just to satisfy the desire of his friend Arjuna. This form was manifested by Krishna through his internal potency, which is inconceivable by human speculation. No one had seen this universal form before Arjuna. But because the form was shown to Arjuna, other devotees in the heavenly planets and in other planets in outer space could also be seen it. They had not seen it before, but because of Arjuna, they were also able to see it. In other words, all the disciples, devotees of the Lord, could see the universal form which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. Someone has commented that this form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer, but at that time Krishna manifested some of his universal form. So to Duryodhana, he manifested slightly different form, but it was like a universal form, horrible to scare him off. But those forms are different from this form to Arjuna. It is clearly said that no one has seen before this form. Because Krishna says no one has seen, so Duryodhana saw a different form and Arjuna saw a different form. 11.48. Na Veda Yagna Na Veda Yagya Dhyayanena Na Daner. Adhyanena. Na Veda Yagya Adhyanena. न वेद यज्ञ अध्ययनेन न दानेर न च क्रियाभिर न तपोभिर उग्रये एवं रूप साक्ष्य अहम निलोके द्रष्टुम त्वत् अन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा. Oh, best of the Kuruvaras, no one before has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in this material world. This is a very interesting thing he says. So what is the qualification of seeing this universal form? One can say, oh, I will study the Vedas. No, that is not the qualification. I'll perform a lot of sacrifices. No. I'll give a lot of charity. No. I'll do a lot of pious activities, punya activities. No. You cannot see this form. Severe penances. No. You still cannot see this form. Then how can you see? We will see. The answer is in the later part. The divine vision in this connection should be clearly understood. Who have the divine vision? Divine means godly. Unless one attains the status of divinity as Devata, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? That is Devata. Okay. It is stated in Vedic scripture that those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu, Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Daiva. Those who are atheistic, that is, do not believe in Vishnu or recognize only the impersonal part of Krishna as supreme, cannot have the divine vision. So who has the divine vision? Vishnu Bhakta. Only Vishnu Bhakta can have this divine vision. It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have divine vision. One cannot have divine vision without becoming divine. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna. So one has to become divine. Divine means godly. Godly means all kinds of good qualities. What all kinds of good qualities? It is there explained in the 17th chapter. Actually 16th chapter. Divine and demoniac qualities. In this, all of these are divine qualities. Fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion of all living entities, freedom from covetousness. So like there is a list. When we reach 17th chapter, the 16th chapter, we will read this. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna. Oh, the Bhagavad Gita gives the description of universal form. Although this description was unknown to everyone before Arjuna, now one can have some idea of Vishwarup after this incident. Those who are actually divine can see the universal form of the Lord. But one cannot be divine without being a pure devotee, a Shuddha Bhakta of Krishna. The devotees, however, who who are actually in divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord. Now, devotees can see this universal form. Okay, a Shuddha devotee, a Shuddha Bhakta can see, but he is not interested. Can you tell me why he is not interested to see the universal form? Any thoughts? Any thought? Why one is not interested? Why a devotee is not interested? A Bhakta is not interested in this form. He is interested in 400 form Vishnu or 200 form Vishnu. Why? What issues do you see? Any thoughts? Anyone? Was Arjuna, what happened to Arjuna when he saw this form?
We'll get bewildered, Prabhu. Everything we will see in one place. We don't know.
Okay, one reason. Second, bewilderment. Second, what happened to Arjuna after seeing this form?
He started shivering.
Okay, shivering is there, crying is there, afraid. He was afraid. He
Afraid.
was
Hmm.
fearful. Okay, so it's very difficult to have a relationship with this kind of form, right? Where one is
Correct.
afraid, bewildered, confused. But in case of the 400 form, 200 form of Krishna, it is very easy. So here relationship is very easy. Here it is difficult. Again, second thing, this is temporary. This is ever changing. This is non-changing. 400 form of Vishnu is eternal. 200 form of Krishna is eternal. As described in previous verse, Arjuna desired to see the 400 form of Sri Krishna as Vishnu, and I actually was afraid of the universal form. In this verse, there are some significant words like Veda, Yagya, Yagya, uh, what is it? Adhyanena. Ye Veda Yagya Adhyanena, which refers to study of Vedic literatures and subject matter of sacrificial regulations. Vedas refer to all kinds of Vedic literatures, such as four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam, Atharva, and 18 Puranas and Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra. One can study them at home and or elsewhere. Similarly, there are sutras, Kalpa Sutras, Mimamsa Sutras, for studying the methods of sacrifice. Dane. So I'll just show you the whole Vedas. See, this is the whole Vedic tree. It consists of Shruti and Smriti. Shruti is where Krishna gave this knowledge directly to Brahma. Then the sadhus, they studied this Shruti and they wrote and expanded them by writing the Smritis. Okay. In the Shrutis are the four Vedas, then six Vedangas, Upavedas. In the Smriti, there are Puranas, Itihasas, six Darshanas, Vedanta, Mimasa, Jnana, Vaisheshika, Yoga, Sankhya. There is Tantra, there is Pancharatra, there is ritual, Dharma Shastra. In Puranas, there are 18 Puranas and 18 minor Puranas. In Itihas, there is Ramayana and Mahabharata. All this whole tree is called Vedas. So, if one studies all of it, okay, first of all, it needs a long life. In the previous ages, one used to have long life. And let's say he studied all of it. Can he see this universal form? No, he cannot see the universal form. One can become the PhD of the PhD of the PhD of the PhD, still one cannot see the universal form. One will say, okay, I will see the universal form by doing a lot of charity. Dane. Dane refers to charity which is offered to a suitable party, such that those who are engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. Similarly, pious activities refer to Agnihotra and prescribed duties of the different castes. And the voluntary acceptance of some bodily plane is called tapasya. So one can perform all these, can accept bodily penances, give charity, study the Vedas, etc. But unless he is a devotee like Krishna, it is not possible to see the universal form. So one has to be a Vishnu Bhakta to see this universal form. Those who are impersonal are also imagining that they are seeing the universal form of the Lord, but the Bhagavad Gita, they understand that impersonalists are not devotees, therefore they are unable to see the universal form of the Lord. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human being to be incarnation. Now the thing is, uh, this part is very interesting. So I'll read this whole thing and then we'll discuss on this. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human being to be incarnation, but this is all foolishness. We should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita, otherwise there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad Gita is considered the preliminary study of science of God, still it is so perfect that it enables ones to distinguish what is what. The followers of the pseudo incarnation may say that they have seen the transcendent incarnation of the Lord, the universal form. But that is unacceptable because it is clearly stated here. Unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of the Lord. So one, first of all, has to become pure devotee of Krishna, and then he can claim that he can show the universal form of what he has seen. A devotee of Krishna cannot accept false incarnation of followers of false incarnation. So in today's world, there are many people who say they are God, and common people, they worship this so-called God in their so-called spiritual institutions. And these so-called gods, they can do some magic, produce some ash, produce some gold or something, read anybody's mind, and therefore common people, they will think, okay, here is the God. But then that is the same reason why Arjuna asked the question in the start of the 11th chapter. Krishna also says he is the Supreme Lord. Okay, he is Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. But then anyone can say that. So are you just going to accept it? No. So therefore Arjuna says, show me your universal form. Okay, so if you are the Supreme, then you should have the universal form. Everything should be within you. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna shows the universal form. So this proves that Krishna is Supreme. Okay. Now, who can see this form? Only a Vishnu Bhakta can see this form. No one else can see this form. So sometimes some people may say, okay, my God has shown me universal form and all that. We can tell in Bhagavad Gita it is saying that only by becoming Vishnu Bhakta can you see this universal form. Okay. So by all these arguments, we can defeat the so-called people who are following this so-called gods, right? And it is very important. Otherwise, we see so many scams happening, so many abuses happening for power, money, women, anything. Why? Because people fall to such false pseudo incarnations, false incarnations. Okay, we have to be careful. Almost every month we come to know that there is one Babaji or somebody who was caught in this scam, right? If you go back and see 4 or 5 years news, every month there is some or the other Babaji been caught. And then we come to know they have hundreds of crores of rupees, millions of rupees, trillions of rupees. So they are all after money. So therefore, we should take help of Bhagavad Gita to understand who is God, right? To understand who is God. Otherwise, do you know how to identify sugarcane? Do you know how to identify sugarcane? Anyone?
Prabhuji, bhai, it's juice, taste of the juice.
Yeah. But you see, sugarcane and bamboo both look similar only, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So one can fool somebody and tell, this, take this bamboo, this is sugarcane.
Quite possible, Prabhuji. Quite
Yeah.
possible.
So how do you know? Before that, you should know sugarcane should be sweet. If you crush it with your teeth, then it should taste sweet.
Sweet,
Then
yeah.
you understand that is a sugarcane. So we should know knowledge before we accept anything in life. What happens with common people is they have no idea what is God. So they get fooled. They think this so-called Babaji is my God. Okay. Any questions on this?
No, Prabhuji.
Anyone else? Okay. न मे व्यथ मां च विमूढ़ भावो दृष्ट्वं रूपं घोरम इद्रम ममेदम व्यापेति भी पित्रमानः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपम idam प्रपश्य. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. So, Arjuna, Krishna says, you became afraid, I know that. But now, end of it. Now, I will come in my four-handed form and you will become peaceful. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was worried about killing Bhishma, Drona, his worshipful grandfather and master. But Krishna said that he did not be afraid of killing his grandfather. When the sons of Dhritarashtra tried to disrobe Draupadi in the assembly of the Kurus, Bhishma and Drona were silent, and for such negligence of duty, they should be killed. Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna just to show him that these people were already killed by their unlawful action. So, even though they were great personalities, Bhishma, Drona, everyone, even though they were great personalities, Bhishma, Drona, everyone, but they took the side of the Kurus, Duryodhana, when adharma was being done. That is, especially insult of Draupadi was done. So they had to be punished for their unlawful action. And Virat Rupa came and showed that all these people have died. You need not worry. This scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform such horrible actions. So, because devotees are soft-hearted, the universal form came and showed that all of these are dead. You just become an instrument in my hand and take part in this war. They'll definitely get killed. You don't worry. So that kind of confidence Krishna was giving to Arjuna to take part in this war. A devotee is not much interested in universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. Okay, this is the question I had asked. Why a devotee is not interested in universal form? Because it cannot reciprocate loving feelings. There is no loving feeling over there. There is fear. There is confusion. So either a devotee wants to offer his respectful worshipable feelings or he wants to see the two-handed Krishna form so that he can reciprocate in loving service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Sanjaya Uvacha. इति अर्जुनां वासुदेवस्तथोत्वा स्वयं रूपं दार्श्यम् अस भूयः अश्वासम् अस च भीतम् एनं भूत्वा पुनः Soumya, Vapur, Mahatma. Soumya. Soumya means, you have heard this word, Soumya? Sometimes some girls are
Yes.
given this name, Soumya. Soumya means
Yeah. Uh, soft.
soft
No, is
or pleasing.
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 Yeah,
Vapur.
pleasing.
Vapur means form.
Yeah.
Beautiful is also another meaning of it. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, the supreme person of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form and at last showed his two-handed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. When Krishna appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, this is a very interesting picture. I will show you. When Krishna was born to Devaki, when Krishna was born to Devaki, he showed the form of four-handed Vishnu. He came with, jewelry on his body. Does anyone get a baby like this? He comes with his jewelry and four hands, beautiful smiling. Does anyone has the experience of such kind of baby?
Impossible, sir. No, no, sir.
Hmm.
Okay.
So this is only with Krishna, because in his baby form also he is supreme. A baby, can he lift anything? No, right? But Krishna is supreme even in the baby form. As a baby form, he killed Putana, right? Isn't it? He was just a baby, 2 3 days or maybe 4 days or 5 days baby.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm? He killed Putana by sucking the life air. Putana thought it's just a baby. I can, nothing will happen to me. But she lost her life. So even as a baby, Krishna is supreme. Even that form doesn't limit him. When Krishna appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, he first of all appeared as four-handed form Narayan. And when he was requested by his parents, he transformed himself into ordinary child in appearance. Okay, first he came as four-handed and then as an ordinary child. Similarly, Krishna knew that Arjuna was not interested in seeing four-handed form. So now, as far as Arjuna was concerned, even with four-handed form, Arjuna is not satisfied. He wants to see the two-handed form of Krishna. Why? Can you tell me now this? What do you think? Why Arjuna is still not interested in four-handed form?
I think maybe Prabhuji because Arjuna wanted to see as his friend. I mean, his
Yeah.
in
So can
original.
Arjuna have the same friendship with four-handed form Krishna?
No, no, Prabhuji. No,
No,
Prabhuji.
right? It is in the Vaikuntha Loka, and
Equals.
there is no like Sakhya Ras over there, where there is no joking and laughing and sitting on putting your leg on the lap of Vishnu. No, that is not there in Vaikuntha Loka. It only happens above, in above Loka. So we need that kind of Krishna over there to have that kind of relationship. Okay, so that is only possible in two-handed form Krishna. So Krishna knew that this Arjuna wants to see my two-handed form only. Even four-handed form he is not satisfied. He will start doing arti to me. And then Krishna says, we are friends. I don't want this arti and all that, reverence and all this. Okay. So with 200 form of Krishna, he came back. He came back to 200 form. The word Soumya Vapu is very significant. Soumya Vapu is very beautiful. It is known as the most beautiful form. So interestingly, this two-handed form of Krishna, Shama Sundar form, is very beautiful compared to four-handed form. What is the difference between two-handed and four-handed form? The two-handed form has more sweetness compared to four-handed form. There in Nectar of Devotion, that whole description is there. But right now I won't go into this. It is known as the most beautiful form, and okay, just give me a few seconds. I will check where in Nectar of Devotion that whole information is there.
Hello.
Can you keep yourself mute, whoever?
Hello.
Okay, yeah. Just let me get that information. Um, hmm. Um, Devotion, sweet. Yes. I'm trying to find out. It's a bit difficult. Okay. Okay, okay. Just give me. Okay, okay. Right now I'm not able to find that, but once I find it, I'll share it. So the word Soumya Vapu is very significant. Soumya Vapu is very beautiful. This 200 form is more beautiful than 400 form. That is the understanding. It is known as the most beautiful form. When he is present, everyone was simply attracted by Krishna's form. And because Krishna is the director of the universe, he just banished the fear of Arjuna, his devotee, and showed him again his beautiful form of Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita it is stated, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, only a person whose eyes are smeared with ointment of love can see the beautiful form of Sri Krishna. So only a Vishnu Bhakta can see. In that Vishnu Bhakta also, one who is Shuddha Bhakta, whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love. Let's say there is a toddler, 5-year, 4-year old boy or girl. Now, that boy or girl is called by the teacher, and at the same time, it is called by mother. Where do you think that boy or girl will run to? Both are calling. Teacher is also calling, mother is also calling. Whom do you think the child will go?
Mother only, Prabhu.
Why?
That loving, friendly relationship is there with mother, not
But it
with
is,
teacher.
teacher also is friendly, na? Teacher also
No,
loves.
but teacher will always teach her the how mother gives us her freedom that teacher may not give.
See, the mother, the love, the intensity of love is more in the mother compared to the teacher.
Teacher, yes.
Yeah. So there may be many, many devotees, and everyone will have different intensity of love for Krishna. The highest intensity will have this love directly in the eyes of it. See, the child is able to see the love in the eyes only directly, isn't it? It is able to sense the love directly in the voice only. So same way, a devotee's eyes and love, it's completely filled with that. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain you how this thing happens. When the love is at this level, right, then Krishna is seen. There's a very nice story also. Little slow internet. There's a very nice story. Krishna had come. Krishna was the king on Dwarka, right? So when he came to Kurukshetra, when he came to Kurukshetra to perform a yajna, at that point the Brijavasis from Vrindavan, they also had traveled. Now Krishna was doing his yajna, and he was surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of his family members and soldiers. And when Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they came to know Krishna has come, so they came to see him. But the soldiers didn't allow. So both of them sat over there, and um, Yashoda was saying, oh my Krishna, please come." And Krishna was there, miles away, doing his yajna, and he was hearing, Brahmana saying Swaha, 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 and then suddenly he started hearing, "Oh my Krishna, please come." And then he understood that Yashoda has come. So he got up from his seat and he started running in that direction from where the voice was coming. And as he ran, the moment he came near to Yashoda, you know what happened? The huge man Krishna became a baby, a toddler, and directly went and sat in the lap of Yashoda. That is the power of love. Yashoda's love was so much that even Krishna couldn't maintain his two-handed form. He had to reduce himself to a small boy. That is the thing. Generally in material world, for a mother, the son, however he grows, he becomes teenager, he becomes young man. For the mother, the son is always like a small boy only, isn't it? Isn't that your experience?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. But the young boy cannot become small baby. So therefore the young son will say to mother, "What you're doing? I'm now a big boy, I'm a big man, you should not do like that." But it was not the same with Krishna. Krishna didn't come and say to her Yashoda and said, "Hey, I'm a big man now." No. Under the power of love of Yashoda, he changed himself from, he got the rupa that Yashoda wanted to see. That is the young boy that Yashoda, when he had left, he was just a young boy. No? Similarly, Arjuna's love for Krishna was also so deep that Krishna couldn't maintain his four-handed form. Krishna had to change from four-handed to two-handed. Now this is what is bhakti is all about. It can control Krishna. There is no one who can control Krishna. Only bhakti can control Krishna. Arjuna vacha drishtvedam manushya rupam tava saumyam janardana. Again he used the same word, saumyam again. Idanim asmi samvritaha sachetah prakritim gataha. When Arjuna saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "Oh Janardhan, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in my mind and I am restored to my original nature." So he had become very fearful, now he became happy. Here the words Manushya Rupam clearly indicates Supreme Personal Godhead to be originally two-handed. Those who deride Krishna as if he were an ordinary person are shown here. Now, some say Krishna is ordinary person, some say he is historical, some say he is cunning person, he is a politician. For them, this Bhagavad Gita last few verses where he shows universal form, Virat Rup, then four-handed form, and then two-handed form. This itself is a proof and argument to defeat all the understanding that Krishna is an ordinary person. If Krishna is ordinary, he shouldn't have. Sorry, there was a slight cut. If Krishna is ordinary, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Some internet was disconnected. So, yeah, what I was saying is, some people say Krishna is ordinary, historical, and etc. But in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna shows four-handed form of Vishnu and Virat Rup. So that means he is not ordinary. This itself is the proof and argument to defeat them. Okay. So if Krishna is like ordinary human being, then how it is possible for him to show the universal form and again the four-handed form Vishnu? So it is very clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, one who thinks Krishna is ordinary and he who misguides the reader by claiming that it is impersonal Brahman within Krishna speaking is doing the greatest injustice. There are many commentators on Bhagavad Gita and they say that Krishna is an ordinary person, he is historical and etc. You will find some people also saying on the road, Bhagavad Gita has proof Krishna is not ordinary. He could show four-handed form Vishnu, Virat Rupa. Right? And some say inside of Krishna is different than outside of Krishna. You should surrender to the inside of Krishna. There is nothing like that. Inside, outside is same. Okay. If inside, outside were not same, how could he show the four-handed form in Virat Rupa? Again, the same point. And then some say he is impersonal Brahman. Impersonal Brahman means energy. Energy has no form. No. Krishna is showing so many forms here. Four-handed form, Virat Rupa, two-handed form. So many forms are there. How can he be impersonal Brahman then? How can he be the formless Brahman? So Krishna has actually shown his universal form and his four-handed form Vishnu. So how can he be ordinary human being? A pure devotee is not confused by misguiding commentators on Bhagavad Gita because he knows what is what. The original verses of Bhagavad Gita are as clear as the sun. They do not require lamplight from foolish commentators. See, if you read even the direct Sanskrit, Manushya Rupam, Somya, Brahman, is it Somya? Is it beautiful Brahman? No. It's just a light. It is peaceful but not beautiful. Manushya Rupam. It's very easy to understand Manushya. Everyone is Manushya, right? So Manushya Rupam, human-like form. Chaturbhujam. We read this word, na? Chaturbhujam. Four-handed form. Manushya Rupam. In Manushya Rupam, do we have four hands? We only have two hands, right? Okay. 52 verse. Okay. Okay. So we okay, we can stop now. Any questions or comments? Any questions? Any comments?
No, Prabhu.
Anyone else has any question or comment?
No, no, Prabhu.
No? Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much.